This video just might change your life, and it certainly will affect your business. There's a concept that I believe, I've been teaching it for a long time, that is so important if you're a coach or mentor who wants to make more money online, that's going to absolutely change everything for you. My name is Jeremiah Kurkowski, and for the last 22 years, I've been building online coaching and course businesses to scale over 8 figures online. And I work with coaches and mentors every single week in my Wealthy Coach Academy to show them exactly step-by-step what to do to be able to reach those goals for themselves. The number one thing that I see that a lot of the best coaches do, and I'm talking the people that I work with, they are some of the best that are out there. They've been mentoring people for years, is they deal with a problem where their spirit of excellence, their desire for excellence, causes them to not reach the people that they want to reach. This is a form of perfectionism that ends up manifesting in their business where they want things to be done well. They want to impact people well. They want it to be effective. And really, ultimately, it does sometimes boil down to a form of control, trying to control the outcome, trying to control perceptions of people. Before I recorded this video, I was dealing with this myself. And I deal with this often. And this is something that, listen, I don't have the answers for in 100% of the ways, but I know some frameworks that have gotten me to break past this in my own business. See, I know the impact that my programs have with people. I know the impact that my videos have. I know that when people take to heart what I share and they apply it, the kind of results that they get. Because of that, I want to make sure that everybody who watches my content gets a huge result out of working with me. Here's the problem, though, that if I obsess over the details of making sure that I am controlling the outcome for every single person who watches my YouTube videos, who visits my websites, who sees my advertising campaigns, I will literally cause myself to not do anything, to go into a state of inaction, over planning, trying to curate with excellence to make everything perfect, all of the things that I am doing in my business. And because there's an internal belief, and sometimes there's a struggle here where there's a part of me that's like, okay, if I get all this right, I'm going to make more money. The truth is, though, as I also have backed by 22 years of experience, knowing that actually, if I just show up authentically, if I just connect, if I just press record on a video, that generally the things that I say are actually going to be really, really good. And this is a paradigm shift for most people. This is something that I constantly have to remind myself of all the time when it comes to creating content and when it comes to making my courses and my programs and my marketing materials, even when it comes to creating webinars, when it comes to writing email marketing campaigns and all the stuff that we have to do in our coaching business. I still have to remind myself, you know what? Done, getting it done, making progress, recording this video, pressing record, even if it's not perfect, even if I don't have the right half-second nuance to what I say, or maybe I stutter over my words a little bit, which, by the way, that's just the most authentic version of me that you're going to get, is that if I'm talking that way with you, it's probably the most real that I can be. I'm not going based off of notes or curating things. You know, I used to have notes all the time in front of me anytime I would make a video. Now I realize, you know what? Those videos didn't do as well. The ones when I just showed up authentically to make a connection with somebody, that's what actually works the best. And so cultivating and curating the energy inside of myself is actually one of the best things that I do. So here's what I actually do. This is one of my strategies. Number one, I will visualize myself in my mind making a great video, making a great piece of content. Then I will start to scroll through different pieces of content from different creators. This is a strategy that sometimes I forget, sometimes I do. What I will do then is it's going to connect my energy with those creators that I'm connecting with their content. And then from there, what flows out of that is actually something that's really great. It only takes about 5 minutes to do. And then what flows out of that is something that's really good. Now you might say, well, that's great, Jeremiah, but like, what about what you're actually going to talk about? Okay, let me explain this. What I do is I pay attention to all of my clients that I am working with, the people that I work with on a daily basis. What do they want to learn? What do they desire to learn from me? What are the things that I can share that they will benefit from? I take the questions that they ask, what are the most common questions, and what are the most common struggles that are keeping them from being successful? And then that gives me ideas for what to talk about. Now I'll come up with the main idea, and then I will press record. And so what we got to do is this, is we have to get a bird's eye view for our ideas. Use artificial intelligence to help you come up with some of these ideas as well. I filter a lot of my transcripts from my sessions with clients into AI to give me ideas. But then at the end of the day, we got to learn how to shorten the amount of time from I have an idea to taking action. We can talk ourselves into chronic time wasting where we are constantly trying to perfect and make things a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, to the point that we do nothing. And then we sit around and an hour goes by and we've still done nothing. When efficiency is the name of the game. The number one thing I'm telling you right now in 2025 and going into 2026 is the people who are going to dominate in the space of online sales and online marketing, they have the ability to have the shortest amount of time between the ideas they have and executing and getting that stuff out there to people. And they are using artificial intelligence to be able to do so. Right now, I'm studying different platforms and ways of using AI even to create content. This is not an AI-generated video at all. But at the same time, if I take certain videos that I have, having an AI that could generate certain content for me and clips and things like that, there's actually a benefit to that, and being able to put all of that together to save me time so that I can make content and reach people with my message without having to be on all the time to come up with it. Living a relaxed lifestyle, living a lifestyle where I can spend time with my kids. I can spend a couple hours with them in the middle of the morning and the afternoon, right before I recorded this video, in fact. And I know that it's actually not going to negatively affect my business, that I don't need to grind all day, and that I can show up and record content that flows from a state of being authentic, and it's 100% me when I want to share with people. And I know that the topic that I'm sharing is going to really affect people. So that's the thing, is shortening the amount of time that you come up with and take the content. You're going to shorten the amount of time that it takes you to come up with ideas. Okay? So this is stage one, ideation. This is where we can use AI to help us with this. This is also where one of the things that I like to do is I'll come up with a couple of different ideas with the AI. I don't go ever based off of like what the AI just says. I will then kind of sit with it for a little bit and process through how it feels. And then it will trigger my brain. See, I'm using the AI to trigger my brain. So it's AI plus experience to really come up with what people need to hear from me. Okay? And this is just an overarching idea. Then what I will do as I go from ideation to decision. Okay? Making a decision as far as what I am going to teach. I decide what it is that I'm going to be sharing, whether it be AI content, whether it be an email that I'm going to be sending out to people, whether it be some piece of content that I'm creating, whether it be a YouTube video or Instagram short. And then we take action. So it's IDA. Not AIDA, ADA, attention, interest, desire, action. It's ideation, decision, action. And the idea behind this is that if we can shorten the amount of time that each of these steps takes to as little as possible, with no lag time, to where you're not delaying, to where you're not procrastinating in these ways, you will set yourself apart and be so far ahead of everybody else in your industry. All of the coaches that are out there. The reason why most coaches and mentors right now, today, are struggling to get clients is because they are taking way too long to make decisions in their life. They're taking way too long to decide which ideas they're going to take action on. And then to go from once they make a decision to finally taking action. And learning to shorten that length of time is truly a superpower and a skill. And it's something that you can learn. It's something that I mentor my clients in all the time. And one of the biggest things is this, is that oftentimes we are so emotionally charged. Our brain is so focused on so many different things. We have so many things going on in our life that we have to do is we have to put blinders on. And we have to have deep focus on what is the one single task at hand that I'm going to set out to do. What is that one task at hand that I'm going to set out to do to get results on? And when we do this, we're not thinking about all this different stuff. I will often get out of my mind what anybody thinks about the content that I'm creating. I completely just imagine that I'm talking to somebody who's just like loves everything that I create. They just think that all of my like there's a hypothetical client that's out there that just like everything that I talk about is the best thing that they could imagine. So what I do is I just imagine that whatever I'm making, that's the person who's listening to it. That right now who I'm talking to is somebody who just absolutely loves my content. I visualize somebody loving what I'm sharing. And then that gets me out of the state of expectation of people disliking it, or what's somebody going to think, or all this negativity. I don't even want to entertain that negativity anymore. I don't even want to think about that. I don't even let it enter into my mind anymore. And this is something that took me a long time to do, where I no longer let the thoughts, feelings, and opinions of people that dislike me or disagree with me affect any of the decisions and choices that I'm making. And I also don't allow my spirit of excellence to be a self-critic that causes me to not take action quickly, that causes me to be so focused on doing things right and perfect that I delay doing the things that are actually going to be successful for me. When you can train your brain to do this, you will be far more successful in your business than you ever possibly imagine, because you can get out your marketing campaigns, your lead magnets, your webinars. You can launch your advertising campaigns. You can reach more people. You can then get one of those done and you can iterate and create another one. You'll make a decision on joining a coaching program instead of waffling around and wondering, is this the right program for me? And you'll be able to then decide, okay, these are the actions to take in my business, that no matter what I'm feeling today, come hell or high water, it's okay. I'm going to take action today, and I'm going to do the stuff that I know is going to get the best result for me. Oftentimes we can't predict exactly what results are going to happen, but we know that if we can control the input, we can get a lot more output out of it. And oftentimes we're controlling the wrong input. We're trying to curate the quality of the input. We're trying to make sure that the input is the perfect piece of input, when in fact I believe it's more based on the volume and frequency and consistency of the input. That the more frequent and the more consistent that you put inputs into your business, that is going to scale, and that's going to actually produce better results by then shortening the amount of energy and time that it takes for you to actually put those things into place. Once you get this, you will start to see the effects and the results of it. When it becomes a lifestyle for you, not just a single moment in time, not just something that you're just going to do once, but something that you do consistently over and over and over again. You know, I've had to learn how to do this a whole new way now that I have 2 kids. It's different than it was when I had no kids. It's different than it was with 1 child. But now I realize, you know what? What's going to produce the results for me in my business is learning how to take quick action on the ideas I have to get the results that I want. And I'm not trying to control them by curating everything perfectly. Rather, I want to be prolific and effective in my business. Slightly reckless in what I'm putting out there. But it's planned out based on, I know that this topic is going to help people. And I'm not overthinking it. I'm not overanalyzing it. I'm not letting the overanalysis create paralysis or temporary paralysis. I'm taking action because I know that doing something right now, recording this video, is better than me sitting around trying to come up with the right way to say the things that I want to say. All right? And this will work for you. I'd love to see you in my Wealthy Coach Academy program. You can try it out for 14 days. Go check out the link below. Check out how you can get in there. And we'll talk soon. Have a good one.